Ooh, holy smokes, it feels good to win the game again, man.
Oh, I know. Great statement win this week.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness
gosh.
gracious, holy crap, we almost blew it. We
We almost
almost
lost it.
lost that game.
We
Oh
almost
my
lost
god, I can't believe even with
it. It
Aaron
was
Rodgers
terrible.
we even lost. Oh my god. Good afternoon, sports fans, and welcome back to the Trajan Temple Sportcast. I am your host, professional wrestler and Kansas City Chiefs fanatic, Christian Temple, joined by my side, as always, with the terrible towel twirling Trajan. And besides maybe pissing your pants a little bit on Monday night, how are you this week, sir?
I'm doing good. It's like Tomlin says, great to learn lessons with a victory.
there were many lessons to be learned on both sides of the ball this week. Hey, we've got a great show for you guys this week. Holy smokes, what a week in the NFL! A lot of surprises, a lot of upsets, a lot of storylines to go through, and I guess without further ado, let's get started here. Start with the Kansas City Chiefs taking care of business at home against the Aaron Rodgers-less Green Bay Packers, but all the same, a W's a W. So let's hear it, Kingdom. How about those Chiefs? The defense and special teams coming up clutch this week. It was unbelievable seeing how the defense stepped up, especially with, I'll come out and say it, obviously with Aaron Rodgers may have been a totally different game. I totally understand that. But Jordan Love, if you've got Devontae Adams, you've got Vontez Scanlon, you've got Randall Cobb, you've got Aaron Jones, you've got AJ Dillon. My goodness, freaking Matt Castle probably could have won with that lineup. But the defense was definitely the story for Kansas City, holding that vaunted Packers offense, missing one guy, missing their quarterback, it happens. Next man up, to 7 points the whole game. 0 points in the first three quarters. And even the highlight of the game for me personally, L'Jarius Sneed going up into the air into Devontae Adams' arms, ripping that ball away as if he owed it to him. He took it. He mossed him. That better be on You Got Mossed next week, because my God, he mossed Devontae Adams, and you cannot change my mind. Special teams. Special teams made Mason Crosby go Cincinnati Bengals again, missing one, and Alex Okafor with the block. And let's just say, if he made both those field goals, that's a tied game right there, just by that metric. So just goes to show, special teams and defense, they come up huge when you need them to. Not a very stat packed game for Patrick Mahomes. He did have one touchdown to Travis Kelce in the back of the end zone, which was the only touchdown Kansas City scored. And once again, the offense was sputtering this time, but you got to give it to the Packers defense. It's not all just Aaron Rodgers keeping them in the first place in the AFC North. It's the fact that they share the AFC North with the Vikings and Bears and Lions, but it's also
NFC
their
North.
defense. But it's also their defense. that is true, actually, because the AFC North has all winning teams. Um, Moving on down to, as I mentioned, the defense. Tyrann Mathieu with the only sack for Kansas City this week, and obviously L'Jarius Sneed with the solo pick. But like I said, that's the turnovers are great and everything, but that's how it stands. 13-7, the final score, and Kansas City moving up above 500 at least for this week. Hopefully they take care of the Raiders next week. That'd be great. And the Green Bay Packers falling to 7-2. Your thoughts on this performance?
You actually confused the quarterback. Your defense actually put pressure on the quarterback. It's all things that are kind of refreshing to see. I do like how you discounted Aaron Rodgers so much. You really gave him the discount double check. But you got to win. If Jordan Love is the future, got to go into it.
Oh God,
So
yeah. If you're a Packers fan right now, you got to be kind of a little worried that they wasted a first round draft pick on your potential new franchise quarterback. If if he's being called up like that and he can't deliver, especially against the horrifyingly bad defense that is the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Chiefs had
Oh
something to
yeah.
play for. They played very inspired, so I'm happy. I'm very proud that they actually won a home game without me having to be there. Seemed like I was the only good luck charm going because they've only won the only first two home games were the ones I were at. But
I will
nonetheless,
say,
we'll take it and move on.
Chiefs and Packers fans. I mean, Chiefs and Packers as an organization did Jordan Love dirty. His mom there, nosebleeds. You could have been like, hey, I'm
Hey,
sure we
she
got a
got
little
she
pressure.
got the sunny side of the stadium, so she was plenty warm up there, I'm sure. And up against that warm concrete, hey, I've sat up there before. It's not a
Oh,
big
I sat up there
deal.
too.
It's not a big deal. At least it
Just
wasn't.
lucky it was November instead of December football.
Exactly. That's the deal. Like, I would feel more bad if it was like January or no or December
Oh my
football. Oh, because I know how that feels too up there. And oh, jeez, gets kind of brutal up in
God.
Kansas City at Arrowhead in the cold games. But we'll know that for sure come December 26th, won't we?
Oh yeah. It's definitely going to be. It's one of those rare occasions you're hoping for global warming.
There you go. Alrighty, sir. Well, enough about my W. Let's give a little love to our friends over at Heinz Field there.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, statement, dominant win. Just couldn't be more clutch. That's all I'm gonna have to say about it. We're total victors now. For most of the game, it felt that way though. I mean, we go in 14. Gosh, it was 14-3 at one point. Then they score another field goal, get 14-6. We're doing good. We score another touchdown. We get up there. To 20 points. Boswell missed the extra point, which did come key later on, because we could have been tied, but we were one down. And so they score another touchdown. We're 20-13. It just feels like the momentum's still our way. We go 3 and out. They have to punt the ball, and then Ray
The
McCloud
moment of truth. Oh God.
fumbles it. Oh my gosh! I was like, "You got to be kidding!" Just a little insight of what was happening at the good household, the Trajan household. I let my daughter stay up with me because she's becoming a good football fan. She's watching football. I'm like, okay, third quarter. It looks like we're going to win this. You can go to bed now. We put her down to bed. I come back into the room, and I see that. I'm like, we're going to lose this game. And then I see Big Ben. He does his little pump fake. 2 weeks ago, he got called on it because he tried to bring it in, and the ball was facing down. It looked very similar to this. And right then, my wife asked me a question, and I'm not in the mood at that point. I'm already F-bombing the TV, and so that turns to F-bombing her, but I don't know, who's a saint in this picture? But, but yeah, no, so then they go up 27-26 after we got into there, kicked a field goal, and I'm like, oh shit. The Bears curse is real. Bears curse is real.
Hold on. You got to tell me you got to say the rest of the story too. When she asked you what's the matter.
I just said, a bunch of F bombs where Ben fumbled the ball and we're gonna lose the game. And so it was bad. It was Has it been worse? Yes. Jesse James did fumble a football
Oof.
according to the refs.
Yeah.
So it has been worse as a Steelers fan, but I'm thinking the Bears curse is real because we haven't won against the Bears since 2006. Tomlin, all his winning years, has never beaten the Bears. It's the only team he has not beaten.
It's like the Titans for Andy Reid.
Yeah, I know. It's just a crazy, why can't we get over this? We're not even that good. There's not even Khalil Mack on that side.
That's right. Forgot about that.
Because, uh,
Forgot about that.
but I'll give credit where credit is due. Justin Fields balled out. He took chances. He stretched the field. He looked like he was getting a little more comfortable. And I guess
Big
our
fourth
defense is
quarter.
saying a lot. I mean, I don't.
Big fourth quarter.
Yeah. No.
21 points.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, he scored points, and he was. You got to stretch the field as a young quarterback. You got to let him know that you're not afraid to take those chances. You got to be smart with it, of course, but you got to put the ball out there and trust your receivers. And they did that. And no, hats off to him. I hope he has a great NFL career there. I don't hope anything negative for him, but thank God we only face him a few times because I don't like facing the Bears.
Well, I will say, as good of a day as Big Ben and Justin Fields had, I think the number one passer was definitely Tony Corriente. His arm looked kind of tired after throwing the flag so many times during that game.
He did get helped a lot by penalties. I will admit that. You know, the biggest thing is, I mean, there's a few questionable ones. I will give them that, but they were killing themselves. I mean,
Oh yeah,
all the time lining off sides. It's like, dude, how many NFL games have you played?
it was like I was watching the Steelers on special teams.
I mean, you got to go after the guys. Let them know we're coming. We're gonna kill you.
So,
It gets
but
in there.
But
In there.
we won't spend too much time on it, but obviously, and it seems like the number one controversy right now is the whole taunting thing, and that's something we brought up in one of our earlier episodes. Is like this is going to be so ticky tacky. It seemed like too, and that looked exactly the case. And you know what? I not
I
just
don't know
not just
about that.
not just picking on the Steelers, but even the Giants against the Chiefs last week when Penny got called for taunting too. That was even super questionable. As you know, I'm glad it worked out for us, obviously, and I'm sure you even told me earlier you're not happy about it, but you're glad it worked out at least.
Yeah, so overall, pretty excited about the game. We got a win there. Win is a win in the National Football League. Pat Fryermuth is on fire right now,
Yes,
making
yes.
fantastic touchdown grabs there. Feed him the ball. So excited about what's going to happen with the Steelers there, and looking forward to next week.
He's trying to be Austin Hooper so bad when I hear the moo from the crowd and all that. But
So that goes back actually to Heath Miller.
oh, really? What was his nickname again, or was it just Heath? Was it just
There
Heath,
we go.
or it was just Heath? Okay, sounds like more of a
Yeah.
mooing sound, but that makes I
So
guess that makes
they
sense.
did that way back in the day. It's kind of a Steelers thing. I don't know if any other team was doing it back then, but I remember being at actually at a Chiefs game. It was Matt Castle as a starting quarterback versus the Steelers, and Heath Miller making a catch, and everyone just shouting Heath. I'm like, what are they shouting? Because I never really experienced that. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, Heath Miller, I get it.
There you go. Alrighty. Well, moving on to the other scores from this week. As we mentioned earlier, a lot of surprises, a lot of shocks. This first one, not really a big surprise, but Thursday night football, the Indianapolis Colts taking care of business against the New York Jets at home by a final score of 45-30. It's no secret that the Colts are probably the second team in the running for the AFC South behind the Derrick Henry-less Tennessee Titans.
Yep. No, Indianapolis, they're coming up strong. They are showing they're not to be overlooked in that division, but Ryan Tannehill has capable hands, so they got their job cut out for them.
Absolutely. All right, another one that was a bit of a shock, but I guess is more or less of a shock the fact that the Falcons didn't choke this game away. The Falcons take care of business against the Jameis Winston-less New Orleans Saints by a final score of 27-25, with Young Ho Koo taking care of business as the time expired.
Yep. This is back to 2015, right? Matty Ice. He's the
Absolutely.
man.
Yes.
But Kind of crazy there, and no, it's good to see Falcons playing at a higher level, or maybe it wasn't a higher level. They have a backup quarterback in New Orleans. But next game here, is my favorite game of all week. There, I love that the Pittsburgh Steelers won, but I love this game just for the fact that it just totally shut up Dallas fans. Everyone was talking about, oh, Dallas, they're looking strong. They could be the new number one team in the NFC. No, Denver showed that they're frauds, and they came out 30-16. The score isn't even that close.
I
It
was gonna
was
say, don't be fooled by the fact that it's only a two possession game in the final score. It was 30-0 going into the fourth
there were
quarter.
some garbage time points scored.
Absolutely.
So no, it's great to anytime you see Dallas Cowboy fans crying, it's a great day for the United States.
The only way that would have been better is if it was any other team besides the Denver Broncos. I almost would have rather Denver be on the receiving end of that beatdown, thus continuing their fraud label. But moving on to a team that is now trying to shake off a fraud label is the newly led Mac Jones led New England Patriots, and they took care of business at Bank of America against the
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers. But that's not the main story of that game. The main story is now, much to the chagrin of Panthers fans, that Sam Darnold will be no longer leading the Panthers for the foreseeable future.
It is not mono.
We can thank his
They at
we can
least
thank his
got
lucky
that going.
stars. It's that. It's not that.
Mono or ghosts.
Uh-huh.
The most upsetting game for the week is the game for me though. Minnesota falling to the Ravens in overtime,
Oof.
34-31. The Vikings had it. They had this game. And they let the Ravens come right back into it. And so that's very disappointing for me. I think it was like 14-3 at one point, and then I think it was almost like 21-3 at another point. And I'm like, "Oh yeah. This is what's happening here. Ravens are going to go down, but I'm sorry, it was 24-10. But craziness.
It was craziness, and that last touchdown by Justin Jefferson from the Minnesota Vikings, it almost made me a believer for a moment there. But as I've probably mentioned earlier, the Minnesota Vikings have mastered the ability to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, and once again, the Baltimore Ravens not letting the game get away from them too bad, and taking care of business in the waning seconds of overtime. But
Exactly.
we'll stay with the AFC North here too, with some catharsis for Browns fans, taking down the Cincinnati Bengals by a final score of 41-16 on the road at Paul Brown Stadium. I'm sure your brother was very happy to see this result.
Oh, he was super excited, especially, the Bengals, they drive all the way down the field first quarter and then pick six right at the goal line,
Right at the goal line.
90-yard touchdown. And it seemed like it was all Browns from there on out. It was a good day to be a fantasy Chubb owner too.
Ah, there you go. Which is it is no longer good to be a a fantasy owner
No,
for
it's
Nick
not.
Chubb after the news of was it COVID-19 testing positive. So we will keep close tabs on that to see what his availability will be coming in the next couple weeks.
Exactly there. But now moving on to probably the upset of the week.
Yes.
Buffalo Bills falling to Jacksonville. The only pretty thing about this game is the score 69. But it is just, oh my gosh, defensive struggle. The other Josh Allen became the Josh Allen in this game, took over defensively, sacks, interceptions, tackles, made his name dominant in this game. And there's a lot of question marks going around in Buffalo right now. Is this just an overlooked game, or is this kind of where the Buffalo Bills are at?
it'll be interesting to see how this loss defines them. But going back to your 69 comment, I'm sure Urban Meyer is happy to be on this side of the 69 and not on the wrong side of that. And it's going to be funny. Sometime down the line, someone's going to look back at the stats of this game, or it's going to be brought up during another game, and it'll say Josh Allen did such and such to Josh Allen. It's going to be so confusing, but it's a funny stat nonetheless. This next game, kind of a boring game. I mean, it's basically a tank bowl this early in the season. The Miami Dolphins take care of business against the Houston Texans. Final score of 17-9. Nothing really, emphatic happened in this one. But I gotta say, this next game though made me very happy and very proud to watch the Giants on TV. I don't get to say that often, but anytime I could see the Vegas Raiders get their comeuppance, it's a good day. I'm proud of the Big Blue.
Yeah, no, at this point, you have to be asking what is going on with the Raiders. I mean, everyone knows about Gruden. Then there's the Henry Ruggs incident. Now we got their cornerback threatening people with guns on videos saying they're going to kill him. I mean, who's the leader on this team, Josh?
Who knows at this point? Sure as heck isn't Mark Davis at this rate. Just things are getting out of control. But got to give a special shout out to the friend of the show and our resident Giants fan, Skate 3 Tommy. I was texting him during the game, and he said, "You're welcome for the gift," to which I replied, "Gift received with pleasure." And I certainly hope Kansas City can keep the momentum going against the Raiders next week, especially at Allegiant Stadium.
Oh, definitely. But it didn't work out for you all this week there. Chargers take care of business against the Eagles, 27-24. Another game-winning field goal for this week. It was a lot of close games there, at least for top-heavy teams. And Philadelphia Eagles just didn't have quite enough in the tank, but question marks are still around the Chargers. They should have won this game handedly if they are the team everyone keeps making them out to be.
Is they've hit a couple stumbling blocks these last few weeks, so we'll have to definitely keep an eye on them moving forward. Obviously, the expected result was the Chargers winning this game, but considering it took it all the way down to a 30-yard field goal with 2 seconds left, that's what it took to beat the Eagles. There's going to be some questions probably asked in Chargers land, but some questions that were answered this week, followed by the fact that how would the Cardinals respond to not having Kyler Murray or DeAndre Hopkins this week, and they showed up to Levi's Stadium and gave that answer with a final score of 31-17.
No, hats off to them. They could have showed the Green Bay Packers how to do it with a backup quarterback, but it's a good win for them. I believe this is their last game against the 49ers. They've already beat them twice. So, it's a huge win in a division that they're battling against the Rams, and couldn't have been more timely for them.
And speaking of the Rams, we will very much look forward to when the Rams take on the Cardinals later on. But that is not the story of the Sunday night game. The story is the Tennessee defense. How would the Titans respond after losing Derrick Henry? Well, first of all, they go out and get Adrian Peterson, who did have a touchdown this game, but it was all about the defense this week. 5 sacks, 2 interceptions, and even a touchdown.
Yeah. No, they did put pressure right up the middle, got in the face of Matthew Stafford and made him feel uncomfortable, made him throw 2 picks that led to touchdowns there. So it's one of those games where you spot them 14 points right at the beginning. It's just not going to be a good day, and Titans are looking pretty real right now.
Absolutely. They're showing that they can get it done on both sides of the ball. They don't have to rely on a heavy-duty offense with a very stout running game. But, that is it for Week 9. Moving on to Week 10 here. What does Pittsburgh have in store this week, my friend?
We have the 0-8 Lions that will probably, for some magical reason, give us a run for the money. And we might be talking about this way too close of a game next week.
What are you talking about? It's not going to just be a second bye week for you guys?
No, I mean we underperform to bad teams, so I hope this is a statement win. I hope we just go out slaughter them, but I don't think it's going to be the case. We got to remember the Lions have been competitive in their games, so I'm starting to build up my excuses already here. You can kind of hear it there, but we will see. I'm nervous about this one.
It'll be exciting to see if TJ Watt can go out and eat some kneecaps next week against the Detroit Lions. But as far as everything going on in Chiefs Kingdom, we are traveling on the road to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. As I mentioned earlier, I'm hoping the Raiders continue their downward momentum and the Chiefs defense can keep on their upward momentum and make Derek Carr's life a living hell. But that is our show this week. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Click like if you liked the video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. And we'll catch you all next week. Peace out.